Good evening, everyone. Tonight, in an attempt to raise people's spirits, Barrow Arts and Theatre Society present a murder mystery on Zoom. I'm Val, and I'll be playing Dr. Harriet Blyton. It's a bit different to the mysteries done in the past, so I'll let you know how it will work. We filmed the action, and you'll see that in a few moments. All of tonight's clues are spoken. There is nothing to read, so make sure you listen closely and take notes if you like. First, you'll see the play, and then the suspects will be live. You can question the suspects in real time through chat. Please keep yourselves on mute. One question at a time, please, even if you think of several. Please type first who you are and who the question is for. After the first round of questionings, we'll have a 5-minute comfort break so you can get yourself a drink, as we feel thinking is much better with a glass nearby. And then you'll have a second chance to ask questions. Something may occur to you after that drink. After you have asked your questions, we'll clear chat and you need to say who you think murdered the victim. Then you can vote and we'll find out if you were right. I'm afraid this time there are no prizes, but we do hope that you'll have a jolly good time.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight, Barrow Arts and Theatre Society presents First Class Death, a murder mystery by Helen Sadler. It is 1937. A rather mixed bag of people has embarked on a train from Lime Street Station in Liverpool to London. Jenny Wilcox as Lady Beryl Ceefax, an all-round good egg and charitable lady who realises her husband isn't the man she married. Alan Wilcox as Lord Gordon Ceefax, a self-made man who has made a fortune from the manufacture of widgets and gizmos for weaponry. Jackie Johnston as Mrs. Cyrus J. Jennings Jr. She is not at all happy after a dreadful Atlantic crossing. Craig Johnston as Cyrus J. Jennings Jr., all the way from the US of A with his beloved Genevieve to sign the deal of the century. Val Gillings as Dr. Harriet Blyton, MRC GP, one of very few female GPs in pre-war Britain, on her way home after a visit to her brother and his wife. Andy Northcote Smith as Walter Wally Osgood, a supplier of essential supplies and never-do-well. He jumped on the train and hasn't got a ticket. Sharon Goodger as Eliza Tressel. Her daughter's in service in London and is ill. Her husband is out of work and the world is getting ready for war. And Matt Goodger as Robert Bob Tressel. He was recently dismissed by Lord Ceefax. Opening credits read by Abby Crossley. Zoom editing, artwork and coordinating by Ron Laver. Poster by Craig Johnston.
Pass me the newspaper, Barrel, old girl. They say there's going to be another war. I need to keep up to date. The impertinence of that young person addressing me just as I was about to take tea. Sheer impertinence. Just as well that security chap was in earshot.
Well, you sent him away, didn't you?
Well, I certainly did, but what you...
So there's nothing to worry about. Read your paper.
Well, you wouldn't understand, would you? Feeble-minded, just like all women. You can't possibly understand the importance of maintaining dignity. It's not just clothes. It's the way we look and the way we sound. I will say, though, that you'd never let me down in appearance.
I should think not.
Yes, but my point is I'm Lord Ceefax, and I can't have anything to do with that class of person.
And you sent him away. Now, you listen to me for a moment. Did you see that couple sitting just a few tables from us? Both very well dressed. I especially liked her outfit. Wonderful fit and colour.
Of course I didn't notice. I don't have time to look at people or at women's fripperies.
Well, it wouldn't surprise me if they weren't Mr. and Mrs. Jennings. Their ship may have docked late, especially if they had a bad crossing. I really did like the cut of her coat.
Ridiculous woman. Of course it wasn't them. We're meeting them at the Gorings Hotel.
Very well, Gordon. Have it your way. You read your newspaper, and I'll read my book.
Yes. You read your romances and your curtain fabrics, and I'll keep up to date with the financial markets. I need to know what price I'm getting if I'm exporting to Texas.
I thought that's what you went to Texas to find out about last year.
Do you really think it was them?
I just wondered.
Should I go and find them? Would it be rude not to introduce myself, or ruder if I did?
It's up to you then, Gordon, but I'm very glad of these gaslights. Dad, quite a few tunnels between here and London.
There we go. Now, how you feeling better, little girl? Now that we're on dry land and all?
Why, thank you. Yes, I do believe I am. Although that ground keeps pitching, I think I'm better off sitting down a while. What a dreadful crossing.
Are you still worried about the children?
No, well, not really. I know Peggy Sue and Luella will take good care of them. And I've promised them presents if they behave real well, so I know Peggy Sue and Luella are devoted to them and to us, so no, Cyrus, I'm not too worried about the children.
So what is it then? You've just not been yourself since we left home.
Why, it seems so silly now when we've come all this way and endured that dreadful crossing, but I just don't know why we've come at all. Why couldn't Wallace or Burgess have come? Your daddy trusts them, and so do you. It's such a long way, Cyrus, and I'm real cold all the time.
Well, you know, Burgess and Wallace aren't members of the Jennings family. And Daddy, he just wouldn't have stood the journey. No, this is a real good chance for me to show him that I'm a worthy successor. Then maybe he'll treat me like a man and rest up a while.
Well, I do believe he needs to rest more. I agree with you there. But that's my point. You are your father's son, and you should be the one in charge of the factories and be seen to be in charge.
You dear sweet girl. This could be the deal of the century, and I have to be the one to close it. Just you wait. This meeting at the Gorings Hotel, well, it ain't gonna take long. Then we can shop in London, and then we can travel by Orient Express to the fashion houses of Paris. The journey home will take longer, but it'll be more comfortable.
Well, just you be careful. And don't you mention who you're supplying to. That country is not popular here, according to the newspapers. And I don't think your daddy would like it either.
Oh Lord. That just shows how he's living in the past, and it's time for me to take over, take charge of things. Yeah, it's time for him to move on. You know, when I met him in Canada, I knew Lord Ceefax was all right. A little bit simple, but you can tell by looking into a man's eyes what they're made of. Now, you are looking tired. Shall I call for more tea?
Oh, no, not more tea, Cyrus. And it's a little early for a cocktail. Perhaps you could send for some coffee. I wonder if it's any better than on that dreadful ship.
Well, can it be worse?
Excuse me, is anybody sitting here?
Oh, I suppose not.
Did you see who won the 2 o'clock at Aintree?
No.
Is there nothing in the paper?
Oh, would you like this?
Thanks. I'm pleased you don't need it. But it's no good. There's not enough pictures. I can't read. You see.
You can't read?
Well, it's never held me back. I'm good at getting people to do things and do what I tell them to do.
And what if they trick you?
I'll get them later. Do you see the ticket inspector? Could you tip me the wink?
Tip you the wink?
Yeah, warn me. I don't know if you know of any tunnels on this line, is there?
Tunnels? Why?
Well, everyone gets a bit worried and excited when the lights go out.
And so?
Well, worried and anxious people are good for business.
Oh, really? And what would that business be, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, supplying essential supplies. My own little business. It keeps me in decent suits and me ma in good food. No complaints from me.
And this avoidance of the ticket inspector, does it extend to avoiding the police?
What do you take me for? Of course not. I'm a big fan of the boys in blue. I make regular contributions and donations to the policemen's balls wherever I'm living.
Oh, so you move around a lot, do you?
Oh yeah, week here, fortnight there, but always back to the smoke and me ma.
Well, in that case, I think you better get moving now. I've just seen the ticket inspector go into the compartment 2 doors down.
Oh, blimey.
You feeling all right, Eliza?
Aye, ta. Aye, thanks. Fine, thanks.
I've not been on a train for years. It's exciting.
Oh, I just hope she's all right.
Well, she can't be. Well, she wouldn't have written as she did.
No.
Did you see who was sitting in the refreshment lounge?
No. Ooh.
Lord Ceefax. Lord Ceefax. He's all right, I must say. Drinking tea, eating cake. It's all right for some. I'm so sorry, Eliza. You've landed us in a right mess.
Aye, no.
Do you blame me, Lizzie?
No. Well, no. I'm just worried about Grace. You said what you had to say. He's so pompous, though, and it'd be hard to find another job if he won't give you a recommendation. But let's just wait. I would just want to see our Grace.
Of course. Just don't know how we're going to manage.
I know, but let's talk about it later, after we've seen her. We'll sort it all out.
But what can we do? I might never work again. How will we manage?
Well, let's see. I can try Lady Ceefax. She's a member of the church and the WI, and she comes each month without fail, and she's on the committee for poor relief. I'll ask her, see if she can use her influence with her hubby. At least if he can give you a recommendation.
Won't you mind, Eliza? Asking for charity?
Oh, we'll have to do summit, won't we? We had help from the church and your Uncle Sid to get our train tickets, so we can't ask them again. And we'll need to save as much money as we can to pay Uncle Sid back. I can try and get more cleaning jobs. meant to tell you. I need someone to clean church on a Friday night, which would be your steady and regular money.
Oh, you are a wonder. You really are. I was feeling so bad about losing my job. I know I shouldn't have told you about losing the money, but I just couldn't help myself. You're a woman in a million. You really are.
Well, that's good. Don't worry now. Let's just see how Grace is. Maybe she'll have to come home.
Would you like her to?
No way. I just want her to be well.
Well, that was worth it. I saw both of them, Jennings Jr. and Mrs. Jennings. I recognised her as soon as I saw her from last year.
And were they pleased to see you?
Oh yes, we all thought it was a wonderful coincidence to be on the same train. I suggested we have some more tea together, and they can meet you at the same time. They agreed, and they'll be along here in 15 minutes. And I met a ticket inspector in pursuit of someone without a ticket. And he said, there's a tunnel coming up.
Oh, in that case, I'd better turn the lamp on so that I can continue with my reading. There, now, where was I? Gordon, you'd better sit up and order that tea. They won't be very impressed with you slumped in your seat like that. Gordon, what are you doing? Gordon! 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 Ah!
I thought he would never go.
No, not me.
And I suppose we'll have to drink more tea.
Well, it was you that agreed to go and meet his wife.
I wanted to get rid of him.
Oh, he seemed to know you better than you'd said.
Well, you know, I met him last year when he came to see your daddy.
That was a long time ago. I remember the year before.
Oh, now we said we'd put all that behind us. Cyrus, you know I only love you.
Yes, I know. We've stopped.
Cyrus, we're not moving. Is it a hold-up? Am I in danger in a strange land?
Now, you don't be afraid, little girl. You know that you're not in danger, not while I'm here.
You startled me. I thought you'd left.
Me? Nah, not me. I've been dodging the ticket inspector. Thought I'd come back here because I didn't think that you would turn me in.
So where did you get to?
Well, I went along the train. Look what I got from the compartment with the Yanks in.
Oh my word! That's Shantung silk. It must be worth hundreds.
Not as much as this.
And you've taken that from someone's compartment? But why do they leave these things?
Well, they were seeing off some posh geezer, you see. I came back here because I knew you was all right and you wouldn't turn me in. Will ya?
Turn you in? If you think by not turn you in, I won't report you to the authorities, then I'm afraid... Oh, my goodness me.
God, why have we stopped?
Can't help thinking it's something to do with you.
Me? Of course not. I didn't pull a communication cord.
No, but you've been up and down this corridor. You've taken people's belongings from their compartments, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if it's got everything to do with you.
Right, you're staying here. I'm leaving this train as soon as I can, and I'll never bother you again.
Oh, no, you don't. You're going to stay here with me. and I'll decide what to do with you later. Now then, if there's a problem, they will need me to solve it. With my training and my skills as an amateur sleuth, I will be invaluable.
Oh, no. A sleuth?
It's a shame to wake you. I don't suppose you slept at all last night. You say we're going through a tunnel, and I don't want you waking up in the dark.
Oh, no, thanks, Bob. I am sleepy.
Are you feeling better though after that little doze?
Aye, a bit.
There's a tunnel coming. We have gas lights in first class.
Oh, I like it better here, Bob. More people round us. Look at that lady with her good little girl. Just reminds me of our Grace when she was that age.
She was good as gold, our Grace. Just taking it all in.
Oh, I so hope she'll be all right.
We're not moving. Oh, hey up. Where are they all going in such a hurry? The guard and the ticket inspector.
And all running to first-class carriages. I wonder what happened.